Martin Luther King said in his letter from Birmingham jail that there are four basic steps to a direct action campaign. One, collection of the facts to determine if there's injustice. Two, negotiation. Three, self purification. Four, direct action. Civil rights leaders were incredibly strategic and adaptable. They were aware of their political environment, learned the law, and used their knowledge of the system to advance their position while it was actively being redesigned and used against them. Most freedom fighters in the civil rights movement of the 50s and 60s chose nonviolent direct action protests, but after being met with ongoing severe violence from white citizens and the state, many activists began shifting towards self defense in the 60s. King said nonviolent direct action seeks to create such a creative tension that a community that has constantly refused to negotiate is forced to confront an issue. It seeks to dramatize. I just referred to the creation of tension as a part of the work of the nonviolent resistor, King continued, a type of constructive nonviolent tension that is necessary for growth, that will help men to rise from the dark depths of prejudice and racism to the majestic heights of understanding, to create a situation so crisis packed that it will inevitably open the door to negotiation. They organized detailed campaigns with specific demands, targeted the appropriate political leaders to achieve their goals, recruited like minds, communicated their plans to fellow protesters, and they committed to seeing the plan through until negotiation was complete. They supported each other financially, legally, materially, and emotionally in the process. They trained each other and did role plays prior to protests to be sure they could handle being verbally and physically assaulted or having things thrown at or on them, and considered who was prepared to go to jail. College students from the Tennessee sit-in movements sent in waves of protesters. After the first group was arrested, another group would arrive to sit in. In Atlanta, they sat in cafeterias in government buildings. They used a mass arrest strategy, often overfilling local jails, which was expensive and made the officers' jobs harder, who at some point had to figure out what to do with the growing number of people in custody. The goal was to be costly and burdensome. Protesters were prepared for jail by civil rights leaders and created a second site of creative tension by singing in the jail, sometimes all night long. It fostered collective pride in the group and disturbed guards and fellow inmates. Direct action reverberated off the jailhouse walls. I'm out of time, and that barely scratches the surface. Follow me for more direct action strategies from the rights revolutions.